tips to accelerate your career with top companies, and meet leading business disruptors who will share pivotal moments in being a successful leader. This is the Forward Motion Business Show with Professor Ken and Professor Paul A. Marino. Hit new heights. Start with Forward Motion.
Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Professor Ken.
And I'm Professor Paul Marino.
And this is the Forward Motion Business Show. And I'm excited to tell you that we're here at our new recording facilities at Florida International Chapman School of Business. And it's a special occasion for me because I actually got my professional executive MBA from FIU at Chapman School of Business. So I'm glad to be here, Paul.
Well, I'm happy to be here with you as well.
So it's pretty exciting because we're really going to bring some great ideas and content to you. You know, our focus has always been to try to illustrate how the importance of an internship for someone who's coming up in their career is part of your development, right?
Absolutely.
And I think to tie that in, we also want to talk about the opportunity of education. Specifically, when you get to a level and you need more of an advanced degree, let's say like an MBA, I think that's important too because it also helps grounds you and brings you up to that next level.
I don't think there's anything more powerful than having an MBA and also have participating in an internship. An internship is very important to me. It gives you the ability to see if you really like that industry. It gives you the ability to get some practical experience under your belt. You have to remember something. As a student, regardless if you're undergraduate or graduate, you're coming into the workforce and there are thousands of other people coming into the workforce with you as well, from your school and from other schools. What may set you apart is not only your excellence in your MBA program, but the ability to say to a potential employer, I have experience in this field. I've spent 2 semesters in this field. So it opens up your possibilities. You may get a job offer right from the person you did the internship with, but even if you don't, you have one step above everyone else because you have that practical experience. I think it's really important, and I hope everyone watching this program seriously considers it.
Yeah, and I'll share my personal story with you then. So, you know, I've been fortunate to work with incredible professionals during the course of my year. I had a mentor, Harvey, who taught me a lot about sales and business development, you know, when I was in my 20s, but I did not go to college right away. So I was an adult college student, and I had I thought so at that time in my early 20s, a pretty respectable resume, let's call it. Mm-hmm. Plus, I've owned a business. I opened my first business when I was 17 years old. So I thought I knew what I was doing. So I realized that just what you said, if I stacked up my resume versus someone else, I have a gap. What's that gap? The gap is my education. Mm-hmm. So I went to school, got my education, and then right after I completed my undergrad, I went right in a year later, and I was able to get accepted into the FIU Executive MBA program, and that accelerated me, and that put me not even with the field, but above the field.
Absolutely.
So in your example, so look at me, you know, by the time I was 35, now I know, that was already 20 something years ago, right? But yeah, exactly. So by the time I was 35, I had owned a business, I had worked for some major companies, I had my degree, and I had my graduate degree. So I was not only very employable, but I was looked after as someone who's moving ahead in life. Yeah. And without all those components, I think you're not equal, okay? And I think that's the goal right now. If I like baseball or any sport, you have to have an equal playing field to at least compete, right?
Well, you know, it's very interesting. Years ago, when we were coming up, most big companies had formal training programs. You spend 3 months, 6 months, even up to a year in a formal training program. Most of those programs have gone by the wayside. So what they're looking for now is when a recruiter is talking to a candidate, they're looking for a rainmaker. They're looking for someone who could come in and hit the ground running. So if you have your MBA degree, and you could say, well, I have 2 years or a year or 3 semesters, whatever it is, experience in this field. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Immediately, your head's above all the other candidates.
Yeah, and I think that's the key right now, because everybody has good qualities. Most people have good qualities, but as a company, if you're going to work in a corporate environment, they want to choose from the best possible candidates that are out there. So, we used to want, growing up, we were told we have to sell ourselves. We have to differentiate ourselves. Great marketing word, right? Differentiate yourself. So what makes you different? What makes you unique that I would pick you over somewhere else? So let's talk about that a little bit more in terms of the internship and how valuable that is. So, I know several people, including my brother, my younger brother, who got an internship. He actually got an internship in high school. We'll have him on as a guest. He runs Clear to Close home loans, and he's very successful now, has a bunch of people working for him. But he started as an intern, as a runner at the stock exchange in high school. And a runner is someone that takes the paper. If you ever seen the movie, they take a paper and they run from the pit to the order house, right? And that's how he started. And that turned into a lifelong career for him.
Well, I can't say enough about it. I mean, I think very highly of internships. And one of the things I'd like to do in the show, Ken, is I'd love to bring in the actual person who runs the internship program for FIU, so they can actually talk to us about what possibilities they have, what the requirements are, what you need to do to participate.
That's right.
And what the opportunities are. But I can't speak highly enough about internships. It puts you clearly above someone who has no experience in just coming out of school.
And I think that's the key too. And, and I'll share another personal story. My son got an internship and he got offered a job. So what we're trying to do here is make ourselves a better package, let's say.
Exactly. More attractive to an employer.
More attractive to an employer, right? So if somebody wants you, you need to, let's use the word check the boxes, number one, but then you also have to have the ability to go above just checking the boxes. And if I can tell you, hey, I've done that in my internship before, that opens you up to a different conversation.
Well, another part of it, a lot of the people going through the internship program actually get a job offer before they graduate.
That's right.
The employer sees that the chemistry is right. They see that the person is serious. They see that they have the ability to be successful. So they'll make them an offer, maybe going into their senior year, saying, when you graduate, there's a spot waiting for you.
And exactly that. And I'm proud to say that I've had interns come into my professional environment and made them offers and employed them full time right out of the internship, which I know you have done the same as well. So the idea here is if I was 20 something again, there's a lot of things that I would take advantage of. I mean, I love being alive right now with AI. Let's talk about that here in a minute, how it changes the complexion of things. But make yourself employable by not only having the degree and perhaps even an advanced degree when you get to that level, but do something, right? Like if you were going to be a plumber, and by the way, we need a lot of plumbers out there too. So an MBA might not be for everybody. College might not be everywhere. If you want to be a plumber, you have to study under a plumber. You just can't go in and knock on someoone's house and say, hey, let me fix your hose. Right, exactly right. So you need to, it's the same thing in the business environment though. You have to have some groundwork behind you, right?
Exactly.
So let's take a little bit of this and look at AI, because I have to say that I'm happy to be around right now. And I'm thinking, like, if I was alive in like 1905 or 6 when the car was first out, how excited it was, to get the car and to drive around. And by the 30s and 40s, everyone was driving all over the place. But with AI right now, it's amazing the tools that we have, the ability that we have. And yes, there's GPT, and I can say, give me an answer to this, but there are other tools that do so many things. How is that going to change anyone's life in 5 years when you're looking for careers? And how does that tie into internships, you think?
Well, some people say that the development of the internet was like the second industrial revolution. And I think they're probably right. I think the development of AI is going to have just as much an effect on the way we conduct our business. Now, there's a lot of people out there who are maybe a little bit timid with AI. They think that AI is going to replace them. But as a student, my advice to you is you need to embrace it. So just like you have to differentiate yourself through an internship, you have to differentiate yourself by knowing this latest tool that's come out,
Yes.
which will make your life a lot easier.
That's right. And I like the word you use, tool, because that's the most important thing here. Yes, it's scary, think Terminator and robots taking over the world and stuff. That could happen. We don't know yet, right? But it's a tool. And so we're talking about ways to make you better.
Right.
So the MBA, a way to make you better, right? Mentorship, or internship, a way to make you better. Right. AI, a way to make you better. That's the key. And if you use this tool, if you harness this tool, I can tell you, and I shared with you already, because we hang out once in a while, I think it's incredible. It's made my life so much easier. And I'm a marketer, and I tell you something, you could do anything with AI right now.
It crosses so many genres, but the point is you're building a resume. And the more you put into that resume, the more bells and whistles that you could put into that resume, the more attractive
it is. So we have a lot of great things coming to you in the next few weeks. So please join us on our channel. Come back and keep connected with us. Subscribe to our channel as well. We have a lot of future guests coming up in the next few weeks. We're excited to bring this program to you from FIU Chapman School of Business. And stick around because we have a lot of great things coming your way, Paul. Right?
Hope to see you next time.
That's our wrap, I guess. We'll end this episode and we'll see you out there real soon. So I'm Professor Ken.
I'm Professor Marino.
And we'll see you out there real soon.